Hi, this is Ashley Strum, and I'd like to share my data analysis protocol for Module 17. I developed this model for continuous school improvement to share with my staff at Lincoln Elementary. The first step in the model says to collect data. Within this, we would collect demographic, perception, student learning, and school processes data. The second step is to analyze the data. So taking the data from data collection, finding the strengths, areas of improvement, possible reasons, gaps, and root causes after disaggregating the data to look more specifically for trends. The third step is to create a plan of action. So addressing the root causes. So we would come up with a shared vision along with goals and objectives in order to reach that goal, action steps of how we're going to meet that goal, determining how to progress monitor students or the area that we are addressing, the evidence of what we'll see to know that we met the goal, and the people or person who is responsible for each step in the process, and a timeline to know when we should look to reevaluate the process. And the last step of the model would be to evaluate the effectiveness of our plan, and then to go back and make changes as needed. So in order to do that, we would continue to collect and analyze the data, determine what is and isn't working, make adjustments, and continue collaborating. For my staff at Lincoln Elementary, I made this data analysis protocol that shows the 5 phases involved, and we'll go through each of the 5 stages. While staff are going through each of the 5 phases, they can fill out this reflection sheet to help them write down their thoughts and their observations. Phase 1 is to activate and engage. During Phase 1, the staff is asked to make predictions, assumptions, questions, expectations, and wonderings before looking at the data. So this is a self-reflection process to get them thinking about what they might see. So then, after they've jotted down their ideas, they can share with the group. During Phase 2, explore and discover, this is where the actual data comes out and observations are made. Highlighting, circling, underlining is done, and it's necessary to stick to the facts and make statements using numerical values, whether it's a percentage, a fraction, a decimal. And then they're going to engage with the data and form observations, identify patterns and trends, maybe something that surprised them within the data, and then something that's known or unseen. Phase 3 is to infer and question. So they're going to generate possible explanations for the results. They're going to identify what additional information may be needed and propose possible solutions and responses. They're also going to work to determine the root causes and identify it was something with instruction, curriculum, assessment, the learning environment, or support systems. Phase 4 is where the action plan comes in. So they're going to create a plan of action together, define the goals, make a list of steps that they need to take, set up a way to progress monitor towards the progress that we're intending to make, explaining the desired evidence to know that we reached our goal, determine who's responsible for what job, and to decide on a time frame. Phase 5 is reflect and debrief. So within this, the group is reflecting at the end of the process and asking themselves what worked and what didn't work for us. Were there barriers that we faced? How can we improve this for the next meeting? How do we help our students? How do we help our school? Why use a data protocol? Because it provides guidelines for conversation. It provides a predictable format. It helps increase staff collaboration. It allows for in-depth dialogue, and it promotes honest and respectful conversations. The data protocol that I developed can be easily adapted to any subject or grade level because it's very general, but yet very specific into what teachers need to be looking at when they're looking at the data. It can also, I believe, be very beneficial, and I think teachers would be open to it because it provides them with something simple yet concrete and guides them on how to look at the data and what they should be looking for, so it's not such an overwhelming process. Thank you.